the word famous and the word notorious. What's the difference? Is Adolf Hitler famous or notorious? Is Mother Teresa famous or notorious? There is a difference between the two and a little bit of a similarity. So let's take a look at the basic definitions. First, both mean well-known publicly. They both mean well-known for their actions, well-known. But there is a big difference. Famous, for example, means renowned in a very favorable way worldwide. Renowned, well-known in a very positive way. Notorious, on the other hand, means widely known, but in a very unfavorable way, in the way they think about them or the way that people talk about them. Another synonym for notorious would be infamous, in meaning not famous. Although it doesn't mean not famous, it just simply means widely known in a very negative way. Adolf Hitler is infamous or notorious for his attempt to have ethnic cleansing of over 6 million Jewish people in the world. He is infamous or notorious. Mother Teresa, on the other hand, is very famous because she fought against hunger and poverty in India and is highly renowned for all of her wonderfully benevolent deeds here while she was alive. So what I'd like to do now, I'm going to give you 6 pictures. Famous or notorious. Abraham Lincoln, Joseph Stalin, Nelson Mandela, Idi Amin, Queen Mary, and lastly, Mahatma Gandhi. Famous or notorious? Abraham Lincoln, famous for his deeds. He was the 16th president and freed the slaves in America after our Civil War. So he's famous for his good deeds. Joseph Stalin, notorious or infamous. He was the Soviet dictator responsible for widespread famine and death of countless millions of people. Third person, Nelson Mandela, famous. Nelson Mandela was a human rights advocate across the globe. Fourth person, Idi Amin, notorious. He was the dictator of Uganda, known as the Butcher of Uganda, killing 500,000 Uganda people. Fifth person, Queen Mary, or as she was called, Bloody Mary, notorious or infamous. And she was the Queen of England. Hundreds of English Protestants at the time were burned at the stake under her direction. And the sixth person, Mahatma Gandhi, famous. He was the leader of peaceful protests and demonstrations in order to fight for independence from the British throne at the time, and was responsible for non-violent protests. So in conclusion, famous or notorious? Which one would you want to be, famous or notorious? Well, I'm sure your compassion and your goodness would make you famous, and I hope it would, and never notorious.